Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from Elizabeth Forward Warriors Stadium, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs boys soccer team takes on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars in a WPIAL AAA quarterfinal round soccer playoff game here tonight. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupain. We welcome you aboard for tonight's boys soccer game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. We certainly take the air with heavy hearts tonight. Longtime South Union Township sports announcer John Kazarek passed away at age 70 earlier on this week. John worked 3,325 local games over 25 years here for the South Union Township Sports Network, and his presence at local athletic events is going to be greatly missed. I'm being joined by Barry Rosner. Barry has worked with Laurel Highlands Athletics for the last 38 years, and Barry, you certainly knew John a lot more than I did, and he's going to be a huge loss to the community.
Oh, no doubt about it. It is a shame. We were always hoping that that day would come that maybe John would be back with us some way, somehow, if it's only just a few games a year. But unfortunately now, we know he won't be, but he'll still be with us, definitely in spirit, no doubt about it, and everything, and he'll be guiding us. But, yeah, through the years, we're working with John. I've been around, like you say, 38 years, and I've been with him all his years at all the sporting activities. And he not only did he work for the TV, but, you know, he worked for all of us. He worked for all the schools in the area because I never once heard him ever say anything bad about any of the players on any of the teams. He always promoted naturally Laurel Highlands because we were Laurel Highlands, but, I mean, he talked up all the other kids, never said anything bad, talked high remarks and results to their parents and to the students from the schools, and it was just always positive with John, always.
As you said, certainly a very positive individual and very hardworking as well. Mm-hmm. We talked about the number of games that he had an opportunity to work with Jerry, over 3,000 games over a 25-year period.
Yeah, 3,000. I mean, come on, think about it. I mean, 3,000 games. I mean, that's a lot of work. It's not, just going and just setting up and just saying, hey, okay, we're going to announce and that's it. I mean, there's a lot of work to that, just like any other job. And, I know Jerry's going to be missing him. I mean, he has been missing him, and now even more. And it's, just to fathom 3,000 games. And like I said, I've been there for 38 with him, and just the things I've learned from him. I mean, things he and I have talked about before the games, after the games, leading into the games or whatever. And it's just amazing. And I don't think anybody would do what he did, like for the TV. And it was for South Union Township, but it was for the kids, as we're all here for the kids.
And of course, John, Jerry's brother-in-law, and we come on the air tonight, as we said, with very heavy hearts. And I know John would want the broadcast to go on and want to make sure that this game gets on the air as well tonight.
Absolutely. He would definitely not want that, and it's a shame that it's something not at Laurel Highlands that maybe we could have had a moment of silence also for him and everything, because he definitely deserved it. We're gonna do something for him in basketball, one of the games and everything too. So it's a shame. It really is a shame. But he was a great person, and like I said, he'll always be remembered in this of all of us for sure. So, any special memories you'd like to share, Barry? Wow. We've had so many conversations, both good and bad, and everything. I know a lot of times, and Jerry will attest to this, a lot of times, I have to play the warm-up music for the kids at Laurel Highlands for all the sports and everything, and especially for football and soccer. And we would always bump heads because I'd be playing what the kids want to hear, and he would say, he'd want to hear his 50s and 60s, and we always laughed and bumped heads on that. But there's just way too much. I mean, he and I are having our talks on the porch and everything before the games and talking about everything. And, even though he wasn't really originally a Laurel Highlands person, because he's from Washington, PA, originally. And, there's just so many things I can remember of John and talk about. We could be talking for a long time. And, of course, he started doing the Laurel Highlands games on WPQR, and that turned in, absolutely, I guess, for a little while into a simulcast with South Union, then just on the TV end as well. And, of course, John loved to golf like I did in the summertime, and I would see him out on the golf course
course, many summers ago, and I know that was something he really missed when he got sick over the last couple of years.
Yeah, and very proud of his kids. Now, I know us talk. I mean, I've known all his kids because they all went to Laurel Highlands, but talking and making his trips out the other end of the state and everything. So a proud father, as every father should be, for their kids and everything too. So yes.
He was still very active even weeks ago, still working on the bookkeeping end of things with sponsors with the South Union Township Sports Network. Actually called me a couple of weeks ago and mentioned that he saw in the newspaper that we were getting an FM down at WMBS and how he was looking forward to that. And just he still very positive, even though that, over the last couple of weeks and last couple of years, his health has certainly been on the decline. Still very active, still very positive. And again, from everyone here on the South Union Township Sports Network, everyone in South Union Township and around the Laurel Highlands and the local community, John Gazarek is going to be missed for sure. And again, Barry, I thank you for joining us. I know it's certainly a difficult time for all of us here as we get ready to call this WPIAL boys soccer playoff game between Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson here tonight.
We'll definitely miss you, John. But we know you're with us.
And again, the game will go on. We'll have this quarterfinal round game between Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson from Elizabeth Forward High School. We'll have the lineups for both teams after these messages here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Welcome back to Elizabeth Forward High School. It's WPIAL AAA quarterfinal round soccer action here today. The number 7 seed, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, 14-4-1 overall, 8-2 out of Section 3 in AAA, coached by Jerry Rogers, taking on the number 2 seed, the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, 17-2 overall, 9-1 in conference play, coached by Dr. Mike Coolish. The Mustang starters about to be introduced. Of course, Laurel Highlands coming off a 2-0 win over Greensburg-Salem in their first round playoff game. Thomas Jefferson took on the number 15 seed Blackhawk. Those two teams played to a scoreless draw after 80 minutes of regulation time. And through two 15-minute extra time sessions, the game ended up going through 11 rounds of penalty kicks, with the Jags prevailing in a shootout by a score of 9-8. There you have a look at the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. They'll be in their traditional 4-3-3 formation today with 3 seniors, 4 juniors, and 4 sophomores in their starting lineup. And there's Jacob Campbell. He'll be in goal for Laurel Highlands. Campbell with 8 clean sheets on the season. The back line has number 2, Timmy Mahalko, a senior. Number 3, Jarrett Davis, a senior. Number 8, Braden Steele, a junior. Number 26, Todd Brown, also a junior. In the midfield, we'll see number 25, Eli Mitchell, a sophomore. Mitchell with 9 goals and 12 assists so far on the season. Number 28, Connor Rapp, another junior. Rapp, 4 goals and 10 assists on the season. And number 33, Dylan Seaman. Seaman, 4 goals and 9 assists this season. The front line has sophomore Colby Davis, number 11, one of the WPIAL league leaders as far as goals scored this season, with 27 goals and 10 assists. Timmy Lucas and Alec McLay also starting on the front line. Lucas with 14 goals and 12 assists, and McLay, the junior, with 7 goals and 2 assists on the season. Again, Laurel Highlands in their away reds, white numbers, and blue shorts. On the Thomas Jefferson side, a very senior-laden squad. They'll start 8 seniors, 1 junior, and 2 sophomores in their starting lineup today. They'll have number 8, A.J. Mashenko on the front line, a sophomore. Number 13, Cole Lutz, a senior. The midfield consists of number 5, Josh Kane, number 9, Sam Giray, number 10, Tom Conley, number 24, Andrew Orris, and number 28, Brandon Condon, all 5 seniors. The back line has number 2, Ty Folk, number 11, Ty Antonelli, and number 35, Lime Geiger, with number 95, Colin Bucksock in goal. Folk is a sophomore, Geiger a junior, Antonelli and Bucksock both seniors for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Again, the Jags in a 3-5-2 formation today, again with 8 seniors, a junior, and 2 sophomores in their starting lineup. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the start of tonight's match. Thomas Jefferson taking on Laurel Highlands in a boys AAA quarterfinal round game here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We're back here at Elizabeth Forward High School, just about ready to start this match between Laurel Highlands and Thomas Jefferson. This is a rematch of a September 6th meeting between these two teams. That game won by Thomas Jefferson over Laurel Highlands by a score of 3-0. But talking to Laurel Highlands head coach Jerry Rogers, he said his Mustangs were not in good form at that position of the season, and he expects a much closer meeting here today. And it should be a very competitive game against two teams that have had very consistent 2016 seasons. We mentioned Thomas Jefferson 17-2. There are only 2 losses against the number 1 seed in this field, Montour, and another loss against the 5th seed, Chartiers Valley. Again, Laurel Highlands 14-4-1, and they've been playing some great soccer as of late. In fact, looking at the Mustangs' results over the last couple of weeks, it's been quite some time since Laurel Highlands lost a game. In fact, they haven't had a setback since September the 27th against Belle Vernon. The Mustangs have reeled off 8 straight wins entering this matchup against Thomas Jefferson. Laurel Highlands defending the goal to our left. There's a look at Timmy Lucas and Connor Rapp and Colby Davis, on the Mustang front line as we get ready to get this match underway from Elizabeth Forward High School in the quarterfinal round of the boys AAA playoffs as the Mustangs play it back to Connor Rapp. He'll send it off to Braden Steele here on the near side. Steele feeling a little pressure and gets knocked down there by Cole Lutz, number 13 of Thomas Jefferson. The ball off of TJ and out, so the Mustangs will actually be ruled a foul here on Lutz for running into Steele, so Laurel Highlands will get a free kick. You might notice the lines here for soccer extended a little bit farther than they are back at Mustang Field. A little bit of a wider playing surface here at Elizabeth Forward. We'll see how the two teams use that to their advantage here tonight. Rapp, a little touch forward over to Timmy Lucas, trying to play it off to Alec McLay. Headed there by a Jaguar defender out of play here on the near side. Rapp again to reload. He'll bounce it into Todd Brown. The ball sent out off of TJ, and now just underway, opening minute of this match between the Mustangs and the Jags as Brown sends it into the box. And breaking out, A.J. Mashenko here for Thomas Jefferson. Has Lutz off to his right and sends a through ball in his direction. And Jarrett Davis is going to let it go back to Jacob Campbell. We'll scoop it up there for the Mustangs. And Campbell booted back to center. And Laurel Highlands had a much easier time with their first round opponent than Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson again going to that 11-round shootout against Blackhawk, winning 9-8 with Laurel Highlands winning 2-0 against Greensburg-Salem. But again, the Jags defeated Laurel Highlands 3-0 earlier on in the season. And they have Lutz now on the far side. They'll play it back to the midfield. Little touch there from Ty Folk. Josh Kane sending it wide here on the near side. Aleem Geiger pressured there by Timmy Lucas. Ball off of Geiger and out. The Mustangs try to go quickly, moving left to right. Touchdown there by Rapp. Off to his left to Dylan Seaman. Forward to Timmy Lucas as he spins up to Colby Davis and played back out by the Jags. Timothy Antonelli there. Steele plays it back to center for Laurel Highlands. Ball off the Jags and out. Alec McLay to reload. McLay to Timmy Lucas headed along, looking there for Colby Davis. Touch back, and Joshua Kane trying to send it along there for the Jags. Rapp again looks for positioning. Send it back to Jarrett Davis in the Mustang zone. Far side and wide there to Dylan Seaman. Feeling a little pressure there from Samuel Jure of Thomas Jefferson. Played down the far touchline. Jared Davis sending it high and out of play in front of the Mustang bench. Jure to take the throw in. Our match officials here today: Ryan Auer, Frank Jones, and Chuck Pross. As Timmy Lucas has it there for Laurel Highlands. Little touch back to Dylan Seaman. Wide on the near side to Connor Rapp. Rapp repositions off to his left. Now Jared Davis again. Both of these teams just feeling each other out here over the opening 4 minutes here at Elizabeth Forward Stadium, home of the Warriors. Neutral site for this AAA quarterfinal round game. And the winner will be guaranteed at least 2 more games this season. Won a semifinal round game, and even if you lose in the semifinal round, you get into the PIAA play-in game. They call it the consolation game for the third state playoff berth out of the WPIAL. Mustangs trying to set up something here. Lucas pushed from behind there by Timothy Antonelli. Jure tries to track it down. Ball last touched by TJ going out, so it'll be Laurel Highlands throwing. Eli Mitchell to take it. Nice look at Eli there. Throwing to Timmy Lucas, fronted there by Tom Conley. Played back to Mitchell, cross out in front, right to the keeper, Colin Buckstock. The senior in the pink and black kit here today. Jake Campbell in his traditional red, white, and blue, and the Jags a little free space here trying to move forward. It's the sophomore, A.J. Mashenko. Mustangs again playing it back to center. Jure on the far side. Chipped out of play by Laurel Highlands. Ty Folk will take the throw-in. Just over 5 minutes in, this match still scoreless. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. We heard from Barry Rosner earlier. He might be joining us from time to time during our broadcast again today. If you're just joining us again, we're having very heavy hearts here today. We found out yesterday that our longtime colleague here at the South Union Township Sports Network, John Gazarick, passed away at the age of 70. Ball played back to the midfield. TJ trying to head it along and try to set up something here in the Laurel Highlands zone. Braden Steele sending it high and out of play here on the near side for Laurel Highlands. Geiger to take this throw in, the junior defender. Will bounce it in here on the near side. Mustangs bring the double team over, but Lutz stays with it. Back to Geiger. Geiger left of the box. Touched by Rapp, but still controlled there by Joshua Kane. Kane looking to center. Chip back there by Timmy Mahalko. Forward to Timothy Lucas. As TJ again looks to reset. Nice little run here coming forward from Andrew Orris. Again wide on the near side to Kane. Again knocked out of play by Braden Steele. So TJ, a little momentum here on this possession. Steele sends it high. The ball scooped up there by Jacob Campbell. This is the second of 2 games being played at Warrior Stadium here today. Shadyside Academy defeated Waynesburg in overtime in the opening contest. There's Connor Rapp with a little pressure from Tom Conley. Foul called against Conley, so a free kick here for Laurel Highlands. Braden Steele to take it. Steele, a nice little boot forward there. Lucas looking for it, but bodied down by Geiger as the Jags look to break out. Up to Cole Lutz. Nice little frontal there from Todd Brown, but Brown whistled for the foul, so Thomas Jefferson to get another free kick here. Edge of their own zone. Brendan Condon, the senior midfielder, will poke it ahead over to Lean Geiger. Geiger pressured by Lucas, but sent ahead on the far side to Mashenko. Mashenko pulling it back, and that shot going high and wide from Andrew Orris. Talking to Thomas Jefferson head coach, Dr. Mike Coolish, before the start of the match. He said his team was a little undermanned in their first round game against Blackhawk. They've had couple of players with nagging injuries over the last couple of weeks. He said everyone active for this match here today, but his team by far not at 100%. But he expected a better effort here today against Laurel Highlands, and a nice little break here from Cole Lutz. Look out, Lutz into the box, was tripped up. This is going to be a penalty kick. It is. Foul on Jarrett Davis. So TJ will have a penalty kick here from 12 yards out. An opportunity to strike first here at the 31-51 mark of the first half. Davis tripping up Lutz. It'll be the sophomore A.J. Mashenko to take the penalty kick, facing Jacob Campbell. Here's Mashenko, the penalty kick into the back of the net. So TJ striking first in this quarterfinal round game. A Mashenko goal on the penalty kick here at the 31-51 mark of the first half. And TJ taking an early 1-0 lead. And we'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here at Warrior Stadium, A.J. Mashenko, the penalty kick goal, giving Thomas Jefferson the early lead, with Jarrett Davis tripping up Cole Lutz in the box, forcing the penalty kick. There was no card issued, but the end result, a 1-0 lead for the Jags. They're buzzing right now. Tom Conley pulling it back there, and the shots taken by Andrew Orris, scooped up by Jacob Campbell. So Campbell seeing a lot of action here over the opening 10 minutes of this match. Now the Mustangs will have to change their shape a bit. For some action here in the Thomas Jefferson zone. And the Mustangs got shut out by the Jags 3-0 back on September the 6th. It was the first match of the season for Thomas Jefferson. Laurel Highlands had played 2 prior matches in the Laurel Highlands Coaches Tournament before falling to the Jags. And Laurel Highlands has not lost a match here in the month of October. Played some nice soccer, but in an early hole here against the Jags as Orris sends it off on the near side of Joshua Kane. Kane slowed down there by Todd Brown. But the Jags still buzzing. Getting one block there on the far side by Timmy Mahalko was A.J. Mashenko. Ball deflected wide off to Sam Jarre, looking to center. Mustangs another poke out on the far side of Ty Falk. He'll look to reset again at Jarre. Jarre a little center there off the top. Tom Connolly. Back to Mashenko. Mashenko looking for the cross out in front. Ball loose and just sent wide. Jacob Campbell breaking up the effort there from Tom Connolly. The ball off of Laurel Highlands and out. So this will be another corner kick here for Thomas Jefferson, taken by Brendan Condon, the senior. And Condon, the line drive into the box, headed just high by Timothy Antonelli. And both of these teams were set for their match here tonight about a half hour ago, and then the Waynesburg Shadyside Academy match had a late goal scored by Waynesburg to force the extra session, and then Shadyside Academy winning in the second overtime. So these teams were sitting on the sidelines for maybe a little longer than they expected with the first match going into extra time. Laurel Highlands just giving up that penalty kick, and Mashenko capitalizing. That goal, the difference so far. Josh Kane, a little momentum, having it knocked away there by Dylan Seaman. Off on the near side to Connor Rapp. Rapp looking for room. We'll send it back in Seaman's direction. Now back to Jarrett Davis. As Laurel Highlands look to set things up here from their back line. Touch there from Seaman. Off to Todd Brown again. Now Dylan Seaman, fronted there by Andrew Orris. Back again to Jarrett Davis. Mustangs in no hurry right now. Davis a line drive down the field. Knocked down by Brendan Condon. And lobbed back on the far side. I'll touch there from Mashenko. Draws the double team. Sends it off to Timothy Antonelli. Pressured there by Seaman. Off to Connor Rapp. Rapp back through the midfield. Touched over to Lucas, and now Rapp again. Again, the Jags applying the pressure. Ball springs loose here on the near side. Nice save attempt from Lutz. Kept in play. Was bodied down there by Orris. Mustangs fight back with Timothy Lucas. Lucas up to Colby Davis. Mustangs trying to get Davis free in the TJ zone. Well defended by Timothy Antonelli. Who sent it back to Colin Bucksock. And Bucksock booted from the top of his 18. Touched back by Braden Steele. Sent high in the air. Pass there intended for Colby Davis. Headed back along by Brendan Condon. Touch forward there by Conley. Looking for Lutz. Played back again by Timmy Mahalko. Ball pinballing around here on the near side. Jags trying to set up a break here. Nice run from Liam Geiger. Over to Cole Lutz. Lutz looking for the cross. Diving slide tackle attempt there from Braden Steele. Lutz trying to stay with it. Ball off of Steele and out. Another throw in here for the Jags and Liam Geiger. Geiger lobbing it back to Josh Kane, who bodies it down. His pass, though, intercepted by Dylan Seaman. Seaman on a long run. Played ahead to Colby Davis. Davis slips. Lucas trying to provide support. But Timothy Antonelli jogging it out of his own zone. Off to Geiger again on the near side. Played by Lutz. Lob to Mashenko. Pressured by Brown. Headed back along to Geiger. Here's Geiger. Shot from 30 yards going high. And over the Mustang goal. Goal kick here for Jacob Campbell and Laurel Highlands. And Campbell in his traditional red, white, and blue kit here tonight. We have 26-13 left here in the first half. Thomas Jefferson a 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands on an A.J. Mashenko goal at the 31-51 mark of the first half. There's Jaray on the far side, pressured by Eli Mitchell. I've seen some nice runs from Mitchell all season on the Mustang side. Looking there for Seaman. That run knocked down by Cole Lutz, but the Mustangs getting support from Timmy Mahalko. Mahalko will jog it out of his own zone. Up again to Timmy Lucas, trying to chip it back. No one home, but A.J. Mashenko of Thomas Jefferson. Mashenko looking for room. Will send it off to his left and forward there to Josh Kane. Kane into the box, look out. Defended there by Jarrett Davis. Davis again playing it back to center. Touched there by Brendan Condon. Helped along to Andrew Orris. Josh Kane providing support. Ball chipped in front of Jacob Campbell. Right on the doorstep was Andrew Orris, but Campbell another denial on the Mustang side. We've played 15 minutes as Campbell plays it back to center. Over Lucas, headed there by Liam Geiger of TJ. Braden Steele providing some offensive supports. Back to Brendan Condon. Now on the TJ side. Falk on the reset. Through ball too far on the run there from Jaray, played by Jarrett Davis. Off the foot there of Todd Brown. Nice little run here again from Mashenko. The Mustangs, though, the denial on their defensive line. Bodied there by Rapp. Sent high again by Condon. McLeay trying to help it along, but the ball sent out of play here on the near side of Laurel Highlands and out. Geiger taking the quick throw in. Mashenko heads it off to his right. There's Cole Lutz working top of the 18, tripped up again. No foul call this time. We play on. Clean slide tackle there from Timmy Mahalko. TJ again resets from center. Nice little lob there from Conley. Down to Jaray. Played by Eli Mitchell of Laurel Highlands and sent out in front of the Laurel Highlands bench. And Coach Jerry Rogers not looking happy out there. Hands on his hips. The Mustangs down a goal here. A little over 16 minutes into the match. And TJ will have a free kick now in front of the Mustang bench. Be taken by Brendan Condon. Condon will line drive. Helped along by Andrew Orris, but scooped up by Jacob Campbell. We mentioned Barry Rosner alongside. Barry, your thoughts on this match so far?
You know, I'm a little worried already. Everything's being played down in the TJ side already. We got to get it over on our side here, but you know they're playing still good, and it's to take away that penalty kick and 0-0, and it'd be good. It is a good game so far, but like I said, we've got to get it on our side of the field over here.
Yeah, haven't had too many scoring opportunities.
Not at all. Nothing
for the Mustangs. Don't think we've generated a shot on goal inside the Thomas Jefferson zone. Laurel Highlands looking to change that. Again, the only goal conceded by the Mustangs, that penalty kick from A.J. Mashenko after Jarrett Davis tripped up Cole Lutz in the box. Now the Mustangs will have a free kick here. This is the opportunity maybe the Mustangs are looking for here, Barry.
Maybe they heard me, is right, yep.
40 yards out. Todd Brown to put it down. Brown's been successful on these free kicks so far this season. He'll go short here on the chip, and the Mustangs have it headed out by the Jags. Mahalko trying to help it along as the play on sides. No. Alec McLean behind the final defender, Joshua Kane, here on the near side. So the play whistled down, and a free kick now for the Jags with 21:56 left here in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for Thomas Jefferson over Laurel Highlands. Lobbed it back to center. Mashenko heading it off to Jure on the far side. Pressure, though, by Eli Mitchell. Mitchell a little head of steam here for the Mustangs. Up to Colby Davis. To his right to Seaman. Try to chip it back to Davis. Again, cleared by the Jaguars. Timmy Mahalko to take the throw in here for Laurel Highlands. Mahalko on a lob, going over Dylan Seaman. He'll fight back through center. Jags trying to go wide here on the near side. Steele defending, took a little push in the back there from Andrew Orris. Steele will take the throw in. Lob's looking for Timmy Lucas. Ball is deflected off of a Jag and outs. McLeay going to fire it back in. Looking for Davis. Dylan Seaman colliding there with Thomas Jefferson's Tom Connolly. Ball went off of Andrew Orison out. Rapp to take another throw in. Sends it in Colby Davis's direction. Goes through Ty Folk on the far side, but Folk regroups and able to send it forward where Todd Brown again knocks it down there for Laurel Highlands. Pass there intended for Alec McLeay. Played back to Braden Steele. The ball goes off of Steele and out here on the near side. Now midway through this first half. Geiger takes the throw in. Pass going over the head of A.J. Mashenko. Mashenko, another nice run here on the near side. Mashenko's shot blocked there by Jarrett Davis. Will be a corner kick, though, again for Thomas Jefferson here in the Laurel Highlands zone. As the Jags' pressure continues. This corner to be taken by Brendan Condon. Almost out of the view of our camera on the far left corner. Mustangs setting up a mini wall here on the near post. Top of the 18, fanning on it there is Geiger. Mustangs need a clear out. They can't get it. Turnaround shot. Just going wide there from Mashenko. Almost had his second goal of the first half. A little turn and shoot from about 12 yards out, and the ball went off of Laurel Highlands and out. This will be another TJ corner kick. Again, Condon to put it down from the far side. TJ about to make their first change of the night as Condon takes the corner, and Jacob Campbell going sky high to make the save there for the Mustangs. Nice little boot here back to center. Colby Davis trying to track it down. Davis sends it along the near side. Geiger defending. The ball goes out of play off of Colby and outs. Geiger takes the quick throw in. into Tom Connolly. And the ball was not ready for play as TJ making a change, exiting Sam Giray, number 9. I'll try to get a look at the new Jag that just entered the match on the far side. Braden Steele looking there for Connor Rapp. Touched back by Brandon Condon. His errant pass, again, picked off by the Mustangs, and they'll reset again. Eli Mitchell looking for room.
It's either 27 or 37.
Looks like either Jeremy Marshall or Liam Story on the far side. We'll double check that. The Mustangs, a little action in the box. Look out. Little collision out in front. The TJ goalie Buck Sox down. Davis was creeping on the doorstep. Nice little clear out there from the Jags. Here's Geiger back on it. Up to Mashenko again. Ball goes wide. Mashenko still on it. Diving, trying to keep possession for his squad. Mashenko still with it. Off to his right again to Geiger. Nice support there from Geiger. Had it poked by Connor Rapp. Jags still keeping possession for the moment. A little touch there from Tom Connolly. Connolly shot from 30 yards out going high. And this will be a goal kick for Laurel Highlands. As Jacob Campbell will again take it. And a very young Mustang team compared to Thomas Jefferson. The Mustangs, 3 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores. Thomas Jefferson starting 8 seniors here tonight. In fact, 9 seniors on the roster, 8 of the 9 in the starting lineup for the Jags. Nice move from Timothy Lucas around Andrew Orris, sending it forward on the far side to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell now trying to track it down. Resets far side, comes forward, pokes for the save made there again by Buckstock. Buckstock looks solid in net for the Jags through 25 minutes. Anything you see out there, Barry, that's caught your eye?
Nope. You're doing good.
Here's Braden Steele. Little push ahead. Body down again by Geiger. Runs into Alec McClay. Clay, nice little chip down to Colby Davis. Davis unable to track it down as the ball sent out of play by Timothy Antonelli. McClay looking for a ball. He'll say, I'll find this one myself. Lobs it into the box, went over Colby Davis and sent back out by the Jags. So McClay to reload again. Again goes over Colby. Jags play it out, headed there by Todd Brown on the body of Timothy Lucas, or check out Dylan Seaman. Seaman back over to McClay. McClay looks to cross, again deflected by the Jags and sent out of play by Joshua Kane. Played 25 minutes here at Elizabeth Ford in this quarterfinal round game. McClay into Rapp. Back to McClay. Again, centers in front of Buckstock. And grabs it in the air. Buckstock looking very confident in net on the Jags side. Now another nice run here for TJ on the far side. The new entry, Liam Story, picks it up. Pressured there by Tim Mahalko. Up to Mashenko. Mashenko tripped up. We play on. Laurel Highlands looking to break out. Mitchell on the far side, looking again for Lucas. Ball rolled out of play. And we'll see the Jags make another sub. Checking out Tom Connolly. And the new entry, number 1, Preston Lutz. Now 2 Lutzes out there. Number 13, Cole Lutz, a senior. And number 1, Preston Lutz, a sophomore. And Liam Story, who had entered earlier, a midfielder, a junior for Thomas Jefferson. That one intended for Preston Lutz. He'll find it on the far side, off to Condon. Back to Lutz, and now Timothy Antonelli getting a poke. Back up to Cole Lutz. Runs into Jared Davis, but Cole stays with it. Looks to center, and from point-blank range, just missing high there, was Joshua Kane. Great opportunity for the Jags. Perfect ball movement. Set up Kane right in front of Jacob Campbell. And Kane just sent it high. Nice effort again on the Jags side. For the miss high.
28 minutes into the game where Laurel's ready. I think that's Dylan Rice getting ready to come in.
I mean, the first change we'll see on the Laurel Highlands side. We didn't see too many substitutions in either of the first-round playoff games we saw back at Laurel Highlands this past weekend as well. There's a turnover. Look out. In the box, Cole Lutz. Save made by Jacob Campbell. What a save made there by Campbell. The play might have been whistled down, though, on the offsides. It was. But Campbell stood tall nonetheless as Lutz came creeping inside the Mustang box. Laurel Highlands has to be a little more careful on that back line as McLay looks to send it along. Geiger a little chip. Todd Brown trying to poke it back for Laurel Highlands. Mashenko there for Thomas Jefferson. Getting pinballs forward this time to Colby Davis. Davis off to his right to Alec McLay. McLay sending it back off to his left. There's Lucas firing, but it'll go way wide before it gets scooped up by Bucksock. And Colby Davis, despite the fact he has 27 goals on the season, has cooled down a little bit over the last couple of weeks, and I'm sure a lot has to do with the caliber of opponents the Mustangs have been playing as of late. It's still 27 goals on the season. Quite an impressive tally for Colby Davis, who's also netted 10 assists for the Mustangs. On it here, slipped a little bit coming forward. The ball headed back out by Joshua Kane. On the foot there of Preston Lutz. Now getting tied up Alec McLay with Joshua Kane. McLay whistled for the foul. And Brendan Condon will take the free kick here for Thomas Jefferson. We'll send it off short to Geiger. Pressured by Rapp. Joshua Kane. Up again to Mashenko, edge of the box. Mashenko having it poked there by Alec McLay. Braden Steele also providing support.
Substitutions.
Now we'll see our first Mustang change. We'll take a quick timeout. 1-0. TJ over Laurel Highlands. We're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here at Warriors Stadium. Mashenko taking the throw-in, playing it back to Geiger. Pressured there by Rapp. Headed into the box. Steele on the clear. Looking for Davis. Again, knocked down by Geiger. Davis throws his body in there a little bit, but Geiger comes forward. Touches down again to Mashenko. Fires wide again on the far side. So pretty quick moving first half. And we mentioned Dylan Rice into the match on the Mustang side. And TJ entering number 16, Matthew Bertha. Bertha, junior midfielder, seeing his first match action. As Campbell plays it back to center again. Colby Davis there, but has 4 Jags around him, and you give Thomas Jefferson's back line a lot of credit. They haven't created much open space at all for the Mustang attackers. Colby Davis, Timothy Lucas, and Alec McLay, Ty Falk, Ty Antonelli, and Liam Geiger on that back line. Guys like Josh Kane and Brandon Condon and Andrew Orris have also provided some nice support. And look out, again, action in the Laurel Highlands zone. Little cross out in front, headed out there by Timmy Mahalko. Then bringing it down on the far side is Jure. Jure slips. Missed opportunity there on the Jag side. And Dylan Seaman, along with Eli Mitchell on the far side for Laurel Highlands, now battling Jure. And the ball goes off of Sam Jure and outs as Tim Mahalko takes the throw in there for the Mustangs. Again, Jure touches it off to his left. Cole Lutz trying to get around Timmy Mahalko. Mahalko showing good ball positioning, tries to heel it back. Jure comes over along with Eli Mitchell. Cole Lutz trying to break out. Mitchell trying to touch it back. Nice little scrum there on the far side as Eli finally finds it. Tries to slice his way between defenders, but Jure will send it out of play there for the Jags. Now Tim Lucas will fire it back in here for Laurel Highlands down to 8:30 left here in the first half of the match. Little lob from Lucas, intended for Connor Rapp. In open space, the Jags try to break out. Sent high there by Geiger. Played back by Rapp. TJ sends it low on the near side. Dylan Sullivan, another new entry. Picks up the loose ball, number 30. He's only a freshman. Seeing some match action. Just got pushed down there by Colby Davis. We play on. Rapp a touch, looking back for Davis on the give and go. They weren't on the same page. And Sullivan will chip it back ahead to Matthew Bertha as the ball's sent out. Maybe a little collision between the noggins there in the air. Sullivan plays it back in. A little header there from Morris. Picked up by Dylan Seaman. Pressured by Preston Lutz. As Seaman sends it back ahead to Connor Rapp. Rapp on the near side. Looking for support. Plays it back off to his left. Going down on the play for TJ was Timothy Antonelli. But Antonelli able to get some support there from Andrew Orris and Matthew Bertha and send it forward again to Cole Lutz, who's tripped up. Again, we play on. Lutz looking for the foul, not called. And Braden Steele, nice little through ball here to Colby Davis, but ruled offsides here in the Thomas Jefferson zone. With 6:58 left here in the first half, free kick upcoming for Ty Antonelli and the Jags, the number 2 seed in this AAA playoff field. Again, the winner of this quarterfinal round game will take on either Mars or Moon. Mars and Moon playing tonight over at North Allegheny High School. Mars, the number 3 seed. Moon seeded 6th. Moon defeated South Fayette by a score of 2-1 in the first round. Mars a 5-1 win over the Mustangs section mate Ringgold. In fact, the 3 other teams in Laurel Highlands section all lost first round playoff games. Trinity lost to Montour 10-0. Bell Vernon, who was actually seeded 4th, lost to 13th seeded West Allegheny 13-0. We mentioned Ringgold falling 5-1 against Mars. So Laurel Highlands, the only team out of their conference still alive here in the quarterfinal round of the boys AAA playoffs. Says a lot for the Mustangs with what they've accomplished again in 2016. Again, the Mustangs in the playoffs now in 4 of the last 5 seasons. And what's also interesting, in all 4 of those seasons the Mustangs have qualified, they've managed to win a playoff game in each one of those playoff trips. So not only are the Mustangs getting there, they're also winning in the postseason, but now looking for their first ever berth in the WPIAL semifinals. That's right, Laurel Highlands has never made it to the semifinal round in boys soccer. An opportunity to change that with a win here over TJ today, as Dom Margello will check in for Laurel Highlands. The junior seeing his first action. And TJ re-entering. Liam Geiger along with Joshua Kane. They're breaking forward here again. Nice little touch forward intended for Kane. Knocked out by Braden Steele. Again, action in front of Jacob Campbell. And Campbell able to find the loose ball there for the Mustangs. On the final 5 minutes of this first half. Campbell again plays it back to center. Touched down by Tim Lucas. But A.J. Mashenko manages to pick it back up again for the Jags. On the near side to Conley. Here's Cole Lutz trying to get around Jarrett Davis. And Davis taking the safe route there, sending it out on the far side. A.J. Mashenko will take the throw in now for TJ. Mashenko lobs it back. Played down there by Tom Connolly. Mustangs, though, would have cleared back out from Jarrett Davis. Couple headers on each side. Rapp looking to send it forward. And the Jags knock it down. There's Andrew Orris playing it off to his left to Cole Lutz, trying to get around Braden Steele. Steele goes down. We play on. Lutz sends it off to his left. Controlled there by Kane. Kane repositions to Geiger. Pass was intended there for Conley. Lost off his foot to Dylan Seaman of Laurel Highlands. Seaman on the lob down. Colby Davis able to track it down. The freshman Sullivan defending. Davis trying to spin forward on the near touchline. Davis slices his way between defenders. Davis on the loose. Touches over to Lucas. Back to Davis out in front. And the play was whistled down on an offsides. Wow. Had to be on the pass over to Lucas from Davis. Wasn't offsides by much. Nonetheless, Bucksock was able to pick up possession of the ball. Now he'll take the free kick with 2:48 left here in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for Thomas Jefferson over Laurel Highlands. Again, the Jags back through the midfield. Andrew Orris. Laurel Highlands a quick poke forward. And the Jags dance back with Timothy Antonelli. Pressured though by Rapp. Antonelli continues to battle. Seaman provides some supports. And a foul whistle there on Antonelli. So a free kick here for the Mustangs, down at 2:15 left here in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for the Jags over the Mustangs. Todd Brown boots back to center, headed along by Dylan Seaman. On the back line, Ty Folk plays it there over to Jure. Down the far touchline. Going through Mashenko. Played back by Todd Brown. Pinballs over to Andrew Orris. Sent ahead looking for Cole Lutz. Knocked down again by Brown. But controlled by the Jags on the back line to Sullivan. Down to 1:43 left here in the first half. The freshman on the chip back to Cole Lutz. Tries to get around Jarrett Davis. Well defended. Steele on the clear out. Sullivan another header. Bodied down there by Geiger. Sent off to his left to Kane. Here's Kane again coming forward to Cole Lutz. A triangle of Mustangs around him. Looking for support, but Steele finds the loose ball for the Mustangs. Braden Steele looking there for Connor Rapp. Deflected back. And Margella there on the Mustangs side. We'll take the quick throw in with 1:11 now left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands looking for a late little rush. Sent high by Steele. Davis looking to track it down. Sullivan sending it out of play. 55 seconds left here in the first half. Davis again fires it into the box. Goes over Lucas. Seaman also in the vicinity, but cleared out by the Jags. Mustangs need to move a little quicker right now. 35 seconds left. The ball in the Jag zone. Margella looks to center. And deflected back. Lucas settles it down to Jarrett Davis. He goes low and forward. Play on sides, but through Margella and out of play. Again, well defended there by Josh Kane. Down to 15 seconds now left here in the first half. That'll pretty much do it. With Colin Bucksock there. And the Mustangs will have to find a way to rally back in the second half, down a goal here at halftime. It's Thomas Jefferson 1, Laurel Highlands nothing. We'll recap the first half for you in just a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here at Warriors Stadium at halftime, Thomas Jefferson leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 1-0 in this boys' AAA quarterfinal round game. Thomas Jefferson scoring the goal on a penalty kick from A.J. Mashenko, set up when Cole Lutz was tripped up in the box by Laurel Highlands' Jarrett Davis. Again, the Mashenko goal coming at the 31-51 mark of the first half, your only goal in the first half of this match. Again, the winner will take on either Mars or Moon. Those two teams playing in a quarterfinal round game tonight over at North Allegheny High School. The other two quarterfinal round games have Montour battling Hampton over at North Allegheny, and West Allegheny taking on Chartiers Valley at Canon McMillan High School. If you're watching this game on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, we'd like to remind you that South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are now available online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates. It's facebook.com/South Union TV. Again, here at halftime, it's Thomas Jefferson 1, Laurel Highlands 0. Second half match action comes your way next here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Just about ready for second half match action. Laurel Highlands some work to do, down 1-0 as we get ready to start the second half of this match. Again, the lone goal scored by Thomas Jefferson on a penalty kick from A.J. Mashenko. Laurel Highlands entering this match 14-4-1 on an 8-game winning streak. Thomas Jefferson at 17-2. The Jags have lost only 2 matches all season long to the number 1 seed Montour and the number 5 seed Chartiers Valley. Thomas Jefferson winning a section title this year for the first time since 2008. And even though the Jags last year didn't win the section, they finished 18-3-1 and advanced to the WPIAL semifinals and also to the state playoffs. And we're ready for some second half soccer as A.J. Mashenko and Cole Lutz send it back to their midfield. And Brendan Condon are underway with second half match action as Laurel Highlands will try to get something going here on the offensive side. But it's TJ with the early control. Dylan Seaman trying to step in front of Andrew Orris there. Orris trying to play it back to Geiger. Here's Liam Geiger out of his own zone. Nice little run here for the Jags, looking for an early insurance goal here in the second half. Defended there by Jarrett Davis. And Davis sends it high. Looking there for Timothy Lucas. Lucas now goes down. And we'll have a whistle here, and a Laurel Highlands free kick. We're inside the press box here at Warrior Stadium today. You might not hear some of the traditional outside sounds, but certainly nice to stay warm on a very cool evening outside. Todd Brown taking this free kick, chip into the box. Mustangs looking for a little action here inside the Thomas Jefferson 18. They couldn't generate a shot off of that free kick. Here are the Jags running back. Through ball from Andrew Orris. Forward for Cole Lutz, and Lutz just sending it wide. And a Mustang down. Jacob Campbell came all the way out to the top of the 18. Tried to deflect the ball away, and Braden Steele going down on the play for the Mustangs, slow and getting up. Ball last touched by Lutz going out of play, so will be a goal kick here for Laurel Highlands, and Steele appears to be okay for the Mustangs as he tries to stretch himself out. here in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. Campbell taking the goal kick forward, bodied down by the Jags. Todd Brown trying to help it along there for Laurel Highlands. Mitchell knocking it down, looking there for Lucas. Off to Colby Davis, defended by Ty Falk. Davis and Falk battle. Falk wins it off to Samuel Duray. Sent high back to Todd Brown. Again, knocked down by Seaman. Seaman double-teamed. Frees it back to Timothy Mahalko. Off to Seaman, now Mitchell again. Up to Colby Davis. Off to his right to Lucas. Lucas looking to go wide. Settled down there by Connor Rapp. Guarded by Geiger. Rapp shot with the left foot blocked. Another Mustang down top of the 18. TJ breaking back. I think that's Eli Mitchell down for Laurel Highlands. Now hopping to his feet. Look at Eli. We've seen Eli Mitchell and Braden Steele both go down here in the opening 3.5 minutes of the second half. Waiting for the ruling here on the near side. Just appears to be a Thomas Jefferson throw-in after the injury stoppage. Go back to Jacob Campbell. He'll boot it back to center here on the reset. Seaman knocks it down. Headed along. Body there by Davis. Tries to hacky sack it forward. Mitchell in traffic. Deflected wide here on the near side. Dylan Seaman circles back to his right. The shot just missing, going wide of Bucksock. TJ's defense certainly solid. Mentioned they did not give up a goal in their first round playoff match. Did yield 4 against Montour, the number 1 seed in their final regular season game. Of course, that a non-conference game. Prior to that, they had a 2-1 win against Elizabeth Forward. Had 4 straight shutouts, 7-0 over McKeesport, 1-0 over North Allegheny, and back-to-back 2-0 wins over Bell Vernon and West Mifflin. So they've been ultra consistent throughout the course of the season. The defense has been solid. You can see that on hand here again tonight against the Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs just have not had very many offensive opportunities. Brendan Condon going to play it down to A.J. Mashenko on the far side. Mashenko looking across. Lutz is there on the doorstep, never got his way. Ball again sent high and chipped back by the Mustangs. Eli Mitchell, fronted there by Sam Duray. Mitchell trying to stay with it, runs into Andrew Orris. And Orris will play it back forward to Tom Conley. Conley off to his left to Mashenko. Mashenko, pretty move there, and in the box, fires and scores. A.J. Mashenko, his second goal of the match, puts Thomas Jefferson up 2-0 over Laurel Highlands with 34-46 left here in the second half. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. It's the sophomore A.J. Mashenko shining tonight for Thomas Jefferson. 2 goals now from Mashenko. The first coming on a penalty kick, and that one, a nice little odd man rush from the Jags. Mashenko firing from the far side, getting it past Jacob Campbell, and that one's going to be tough for the Mustangs to overcome. Now finding themselves down 2. Still plenty of time left, though. 34-25 left here in the second half. But on a team with 8 seniors in the starting lineup today, it's a sophomore, and A.J. Mashenko, with 2 goals in the match for the Jags as Jared Davis fires it back down for the Mustangs. Bucksock will corral it in there. Laurel Highlands now in danger of their season coming to an end here tonight, as once again they play in the quarterfinal round. Colby Davis and his pocket pick there by Brendan Condon. Up again to Cole Lutz. Cleared back by Jarrett Davis. And we'll see how much these two teams changed up some of their formations. Of course, Thomas Jefferson can go even more defensive. Maybe a little bit too early to go into park the bus mode, but still up 2. Laurel Highlands hasn't generated too many offensive opportunities so far in this match. I'm sure we'll see the Mustangs throw another striker or 2 forward. They look to center here to Colby Davis. Davis, again, unable to generate a shot. And from way downtown, Timmy Lucas sends it high and wide. The Mustangs have had plenty of possession time in the Thomas Jefferson zone. It's just getting those shots on goal to Colin Bucksock. That's been tough. In front of that solid Thomas Jefferson defense. And the Mustangs, they've won 8 matches in a row, haven't lost since September the 27th against Bell Vernon. And the defense has been solid as well. In fact, during the 8-match winning streak, Laurel Highlands has conceded only 4 goals. Here tonight, they've given up 2 already. They've yet to score one for themselves. They'll have a free kick here, though, from Todd Brown. And Brown's actually going to put it down and let Jared Davis take it. From 49 yards out, sends it into the box. Seaman knocks it down. Works back to his right. Jags poke it back. Jure there on the defense. Mahalko back in the offensive attack. Again sends it off to his left to Seaman. And Jure able to track it down. Ball goes out of play. Mustangs calling for a corner kick. But the ruling's going to be a Thomas Jefferson goal kick. TJ, some nice team speed. I've noticed that out there as well. You see that all around with Thomas Jefferson Athletics, whether it's the football team, the basketball team, or here the soccer team tonight. The Jags plenty of speed, and it's been on display here against the Mustangs. Bucksock again to take another goal kick. He'll send it back to center. And Braden Steele, who had checked out for just a moment for Laurel Highlands, now back into the match. And Jure lets it go out here on the near side for TJ. Eli Mitchell fires it back into Colby Davis. Davis plays his way through 3 Jags defenders, trying to stay on this run. Ball still loose in the box. Lucas is there, knocks it down. Now you need to put it on net. But again, Laurel Highlands unable to generate a shot inside the TJ 18. Laurel Highlands, a nice run forward there, set up by Colby Davis. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs unable to put any action on Colin Bucksock. Jure and Mitchell again here on the near side. Ball this time off of Mitchell and out. And Ty Folk will take the throw in. Seaman pressuring Brendan Condon. Picks up the loose ball. Touched by Lucas, looking for a wrap. Again sent out by Liam Geiger. And the Jags a little open space. Looking for the through ball to Cole Lutz. Knocked down by Braden Steele. Steele going low on the far side. Geiger a little poke. Sent down by Lucas. Forward again to Eli Mitchell. Again played back to center. Halko knocks it down. Off to Eli Mitchell. A little battle there with Sam Jure. Ball again going off of Jure and outs. And misplayed right off the throw in there by Dylan Seaman. So TJ to get it back. Under half an hour of match time left, down to 29-28. Left here in the second half. The Mustangs still down 2, and quite a battle there between Mashenko's already netted 2. And Todd Brown and Timmy Mahalko on the Laurel Highlands side, and it's the Mustangs whistled for the foul. So TJ to get another free kick here in the Laurel Highlands zone. Brendan Condon to take it from 39 yards out. Condon on the boots. Headed forward and just wide. And nice action in the box created on the Jag side. That little header again from Mashenko. The sophomore looking for a hat trick tonight. And you look on this Thomas Jefferson side. They've been very consistent over the last couple of years. Last year picked up WPIAL playoff wins over Central Valley and Ringgold before falling to Mars in the semifinal round, qualified for the state playoffs where they're ousted by South Fayette. Here's Lucas centering, looking for Colby Davis, again cleared back to center by the Jags. Mashenko looking for the header there up to Connolly. Mashenko finds it again. Look out, 3-on-2 coming back. Mashenko now the run on the near side. Mashenko crosses, looking for Connolly, knocked down by Jared Davis. Now Davis tripped up. That's a foul on the Jags. Connolly sending him down. And Davis will play quickly here on the Laurel Highlands side. Down to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell tiptoes the near touch line. Up to Tim Lucas. Lucas from 30 out, fires. Coming up wide and a little short there of the keeper Colin Buckstock. Not that much on that shot from Tim Lucas. TJ getting a little pressure there from Mashenko. Jure joins the rush. Slide tackle from Jared Davis. Ball goes out of play, went off the Mustangs and outs. Mashenko taking another throw-in. This one poked out by Timmy Mahalko and cleared by Eli Mitchell. Bouncing over the head of Ty Falk. Colby Davis comes forward. And here's Colby Davis, had Lucas to his left. Davis slips, ball deflected back to Dylan Seaman. With Jure behind him, Seaman goes wide on the far side. Pass intended for Connor Rapp. Never got to Connor. Jags another little touch forward. Through ball too far there for Tom Connolly. Mahalko playing it back again on the Laurel Highlands side. Up again to Connor Rapp. Lucas now on the run down for the Mustangs. Can't get around Ty Falk. Ball out of play off of TJ and outs. Lucas to take the throw in. A little confusion there. TJ thought it was off of Laurel Highlands and out. We play on as Tom Connolly finds the loose ball and will send it high and long. Looking there for Cole Lutz. Lutz trying to get around Braden Steele. Well defended there by Braden, but Lutz still finds it again. Back to Mashenko, looking for the HT. Shot from 19, blocked down by Mahalko. Mashenko stays with it. Ball sent high. Brown throws a little shoulder into the mix. TJ keeps possession, but misplayed by Tom Connolly. Mustangs pick it back up. Colby Davis resets back through center. Lobs it along, looking for Connor Rapp, but again cleared on the Jag side. The play whistled down. Foul here on Thomas Jefferson inside the Jag zone. So Laurel Highlands will have a free kick here from a precarious position. About 37 yards out. Inside the Thomas Jefferson zone. Todd Brown and Connor Rapp both there. Rapp on the far side, Brown on the near side. Rapp will take it, just a little chip. Can the Mustangs get a shot on goal? Seaman headed back on the Jag side. Played back again to Timmy Mahalko. Cole Lutz there on the Jag side. Steele on the defense for Laurel Highlands. Brown on the touch back. Jags knock it down. A little run here back through center. Geiger goes down. Mahalko on the clear. We play on. Colby Davis looking for it. Headed back by Falk. And the play whistled down, and we'll get An offsides call. And a free kick coming back on the Thomas Jefferson side. Down to 24 minutes left here in regulation time. Laurel Highlands still trailing by 2. Antonelli sends it along. Couple headers forward. Trying to chase it there is Kane. Jacob Campbell again taking these safe routes. Cole Lutz to take the throw-in. He'll reset. Ball going wide, tracking it down there, Brendan Condon. Back to Lutz. Antonelli pressured. Stays with it off to Geiger. Liam Geiger down the far side. Jags good possession time in this match. Mustangs clear it out. Cole Lutz back into Kane. Misplayed there, and Steele will send it back to center for Laurel Highlands. Dylan Rice warming up for the Mustangs. Might see Dylan again soon. Antonelli fires another throw-in. It's deflected out. And the senior defender. And another crack at it. And if TJ hangs on, whoever wins this match will be guaranteed 2 more games. Even if you lose in the semifinal round, you get to play a state playoff play-in game. Mustangs a little run back here from Colby Davis. But again, Davis unable to generate a shot on goal. Geiger on the defense. The soccer finals once again this year being played at the home of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh. Soccer-specific stadium. Eli Mitchell, the shot. That's what the Mustangs want to get more of. A little pressure there on the keeper, Colin Bucksock. You hear the Mustang supporters in full force. On a very cold evening for playoff soccer. Match time temperature in the 40s. Little wind out there as well. 47 degrees when we got this match started. Even feels a little bit cooler than that outside. Eli Mitchell battling Falk there. Rolled off of Falk and out. Mitchell now to take the throw-in. See if the Mustangs can throw something together here in the final 21 minutes of match action. And we'll see Dylan Rice now into the match on the Laurel Highlands side. As Mitchell lobs it into Dylan Seaman. Forward again to Tim Lucas. A little battle there. Another clear outs on the Thomas Jefferson side. Braden Steele running into Timothy Antonelli. Seaman settles it down. Forward to Eli Mitchell. Play on sides. Mitchell breaks, crosses, and again scooped up by the keeper, Colin Bucksock. So the pressure there, the quality shots, though, have not been there tonight for Laurel Highlands. It's a nice effort on both sides. Again, the sophomore, A.J. Mashenko, netting both goals for Thomas Jefferson. Todd Brown down the far side, defended there by Joshua Kane. Ball going off of Brown and out. The Mustangs will defend again as Antonelli takes the throw-in. And we thank you for joining us for high school soccer all season here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Nice to be back in the broadcast booth again this season. Certainly have to thank our township supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, for having me back for another season of high school soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Again, working alongside Jerry Dupay again tonight with heavy hearts. Lost our longtime colleague John Kazarek yesterday. At age 70, John had worked 3,325 games here over 25 years on the South Union Township Sports Network. Will be missed again by the entire community. And tough to do this one tonight knowing John's not along anymore, but certainly in a better place here tonight. Braden Steele and Cole Lutz battling on the far side as we play on. Dylan Rice a little touch. Fronted there by Joshua Kane. 18:51 now left in the second half as Tim Lucas sends down Josh Kane. Foul call there on the Mustangs. And Antonelli will take another free kick here on the Thomas Jefferson side. Nice to see both schools' athletic directors here tonight as well. Of course, Bill Cherpak, the longtime athletic director and football coach for Thomas Jefferson. Cole Lutz, another run here. Contact in the box. Colliding there with Braden Steele. Ball scooped up by Jacob Campbell. Of course, Coach Cherpak played his college football back at the University of Pittsburgh in the 1980s. Had some college wars here in the press box. Barry Rosner with us, a longtime Penn State guy. Had a number of Pitt fans, and of course, I'm a graduate of The Ohio State University, and Barry giving me plenty of grief here in the press box since his Nittany Lions knocked off my Buckeyes this past Saturday. All in good fun. And Barry got a little grief from a lot of Pitt fans, who, of course, Pitt knocked off Penn State earlier on this season. So, going all around, Barry.
Yeah. The one official, he got me going. He saw the Penn State, so he's a Pitter. So, like you said, we had three of us up here tonight, three different schools going at each other.
Our match officials, Ryan Auer, Frank Jones, and Chuck Pross, and even Jerry Rogers Jr., a Penn State grad. I had my Ohio State tassel cap on down on the field before the start of the match. Was surprised I was still wearing that tonight. I'm still supporting my school.
You have to, whether you win or lose.
You have to. No play on. Still an outside shot at the college football playoff. We'll see how things shake out. The Mustangs here tonight still down 2 with 17 minutes of match action left. Trying to get some offense going. Not over yet. Remember back to that quarterfinal round game a couple of years ago up at Mars when the Mustangs, I think they trailed by 3 in that match and rallied back to within 1 in the final moments and nearly tied it. And we saw some late regulation action in the match that was played earlier here between Waynesburg and Shadyside Academy. Shadyside Academy had a 2-1 lead late. Waynesburg tied it in regulation time with Shadyside winning in the second extra time session. So you never know. Plenty can happen here in the final 16 minutes. Laurel Highlands has certainly shown throughout the course of the season. They have plenty of offense on that front line, again led by Colby Davis with 27 goals and Timothy Lucas with 14 goals. Just trying to get those guys free in the box tonight against a very tough Thomas Jefferson team. We mentioned the Jags in the playoffs now in 3 straight years. We mentioned their success last year. Also made it to the quarterfinal round of 2014 before they were ousted by West Allegheny, looking for their 3rd goal of the match here as the shot just goes wide from Andrew Orris. And TJ actually missed the playoffs between 2009 and 2013, but the 08 season, a memorable one. They went 20-4, advanced to the WPIAL championship game where they were defeated by Mars and made it all the way to the state semifinals. And look at the makeup of this year's team. Enter as the number 2 seed, and we mentioned we talked to Dr. Mike Kulish, the Jags head coach, before the start of the match. He said they were a little bit banged up entering the postseason, but they can stay healthy. They've certainly shown throughout the course of the season they can play with anyone, and they'll, of course, be guaranteed 2 more matches. And don't be surprised if next week you end up seeing this team playing for a WPIAL championship down at Highmark Stadium. They certainly have all of the tools and a very senior-oriented team. I'm just amazed looking at the Jags, no matter what sport it is. Their athletic program's always very successful. And it starts at the top. We've talked enough over the years about the Thomas Jefferson football program. And we saw the Laurel Highlands football team actually in action against TJ earlier on this week. Laurel Highlands certainly undermanned in that contest, but hung with the Jags through about a quarter and a half. before the Jags warm down. Laurel Highlands will play their final football game of the 2016 season against Albert Gallatin. Coming up this Friday night, Laurel Highlands bringing Alec McLeay back into the game. How about the Albert Gallatin football team? They snapped a 31-game losing streak, which was the current longest streak in the WPIAL this past week, defeating Uniontown 26-20. Uniontown almost came all the way back down 26-7 to win that game late. They hit an 80-yard touchdown pass as time expired from Dom Richter to Anthony Brown, and it was called back on a holding penalty. So Uniontown could have tied it there with the extra point to win it on the 80-yard touchdown pass, but called back due to the holding, and Albert Gallatin able to snap a 31-game losing streak. And now they have an opportunity to get back-to-back wins to end the regular season, taking on a Laurel Highlands team that hasn't won a game yet in 2016. Again, we'll have that game for you here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Vince Capozzi will be filling in for Gary Frankhauser this Friday night alongside Rick Frank for the football finale here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Tonight, we're in the quarterfinal round. Boys soccer action. Laurel Highlands down 2 goals. TJ looking to go up 3. Ball headed in the box. Campbell keeping it out of the back of the net there. Very dangerous header from the far side. And Campbell making the impressive save, going post to post to keep that one out. And the Mustangs also need to get some offense going here down 2. Mashenko has been the star of the match. Lost it there to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell's runs have been terrific all season for Laurel Highlands. They need some of that here late. Mustangs a lot of gas on this run down the field. Through ball from Davis back to Mitchell too far. We'll get another goal kick here for Thomas Jefferson. Laurel Highlands is going to be strong next season. Only losing 3 seniors. Timmy Mahalko, Jared Davis, and Tim Lucas. Return 8 starters in the same conference next year. Expect another solid season out of the Mustangs, especially returning Colby Davis, who, as we said, will likely end the 2016 campaign unless he gets a late one here with 27 goals this season. And that ranks up there as far as all-time goal scorers for Laurel Highlands in a single season. Eli Mitchell will take this free kick for the Mustangs from the near side. As Laurel Highlands tries to get back to within 1. Mitchell sending it on goal, out of action out in front. And TJ again on the clear outs. If Laurel Highlands can just get 1 back, anything can happen here in the final 10:47. Dylan Seaman will circle it back to his right, now back to his left. Looking for open space. There hasn't been much of it, though, for Laurel Highlands tonight. Mahalko. So Laurel Highlands now sending players forward, looking to try to get back into this match. Getting cleared out by the Jags here on the near side. The only players in front of Davis right now as far as goals in a single season. Jason Bowers with the all-time mark at 33. Drew DeBerry netted 29 just a couple of seasons ago as Jarrett Davis sends it off to Timmy Mahalko here. And the only issue for Laurel Highlands, sometimes when you send those attackers forward, you don't have as many guys back, and sometimes you can end up yielding one on the backside. As Braden Steele plays it up to Dylan Seaman. Dieter Davis, who's actually Colby's uncle, 3rd all-time at 28. And Colby now tied with Ryan Gesso, 4th all-time at 27. So Colby up there with some pretty good company, and he can tie his uncle with 28. If he can get one here late in the match. And of course, we saw just a couple of years ago, actually 2 years ago, Kaylee Rabatin setting the Laurel Highlands girls all-time mark, with girls with goals in a season. Kaylee now playing her sophomore season at the University of Pittsburgh. 9 minutes left here. Mustangs still down 2. Again sent wide to Mashenko looking for the hat trick. Going off of Eli Mitchell and out.
Talking about the girls, Brian, don't forget now they only had one senior this year, so they got a good team coming back next year.
Oh, you're right on that. And they made the playoffs this year for the first time since 2001, breaking a 15-year drought. Amanda Means, the only senior, will be lost on the Laurel Highlands girls soccer team. We saw them this past Saturday over at Mustang Field, losing 2-0 to Gateway in their preliminary round game. And nice to see so much success with both of these Laurel Highlands soccer programs here in 2016 as Todd Brown will take the free kick here. And Brown sends it into the box, went over Colby Davis. Still some action out in front. McLay, the chip! Just going high, oh so close there for Laurel Highlands. McLay right on the doorstep. Those are the kind of shots we needed earlier in the match, Barry. Still can't get one by Colin Bucksock. Well, we've seen so much, though, over the last few years, the fundamentals improving. And I mentioned it during an earlier match this season. I think a lot of that is due to the fact that we're seeing fundamentals top more at a younger level, and they've certainly emphasized that down with the South Union Township Youth Leagues and around Fayette County as Andrew Orris re-enters on the Thomas Jefferson side. Nice to see it really paying dividends this season. And for the boys' side, we've seen it for the last 5 years now. Laurel Highlands not only in the playoffs, but winning a playoff game. And nice to see the girls back in the postseason again this year. And wouldn't be surprised to see both the boys and girls in the playoffs again in 2017 with the main core returning on both sides. Lucas again on the far side. Down to Rapp, out to McLay. His shot blocked. Brown tries to reset. Forward again to Lucas. Settled down to Braden Steele. Down to 6:42 left. Mustangs still down 2. Steele sends it high. And off the head there of Liam Geiger of TJ. Back down to Todd Brown, but poked by Tom Connolly as the Jags send it out to Cole Lutz. Mustangs a little pressure when the ball back momentarily, and McLay will actually stay with it. Off to Connor Rapp. Rapp on the cross, going right to Colin Bucksock again. So Bucksock on the cover, and we're down to 6:09 left in regulation time. Mustangs losing by the same score they won by on Saturday over Greensburg-Salem, 2-0. And TJ, the number 2 seed on their way, advancing to the quarterfinal round. TJ winning 9-8 on penalty kicks in their first round game over Blackhawk. Now up 2-0 here with another one bouncing back, one hopping back to Bucksock, who again covers. Laurel Highlands, the only team out of their section, Section 3 AAA, winning a first round game. Now it appears that they'll be eliminated, having their 8-game winning streak snapped here in the quarterfinal round of the playoffs. They'll end the season at 14-5-1 if they can't rally back here in the final 5 minutes. And a win would improve Thomas Jefferson to 18-2. Misplay there on the Jags side. Steele picks up the loose ball with the head of steam. Braden Steele trying to shrug off a defender and Andrew Orris. Orris called for the foul. Dylan Seaman takes the quick free kick. He'll lob it on the far side. Rapp is there, tries to head it back to Timmy Lucas, who puts it on goal. Ball goes right across the goal line and cleared out on the near side. Again, Laurel Highlands oh so close. They can't buy a goal tonight. Trying to stay with it here. Another run back from Dylan Seaman. Mustangs not giving up yet. That one was deflected off of a TJ defender and out. So Laurel Highlands will have another corner kick. I was surprised to see on that last run, though, from Braden Steele that the advantage was not played when Steele was knocked down there on the run. But the Mustangs still took advantage of the free kick. Now trying to take advantage here again. As Eli Mitchell Again, looks to cross. Ball off of TJ's Ty Fulken out. Down to 4:03 now left. Again lobbed, headed there by Eli Mitchell. Todd Brown knocks it down. The ball set wide here on the near side. Seeing a couple of more changes now on the Thomas Jefferson side. The Jags up 2. Not surprising to see them utilizing their bench a little bit. Josh Martin seeing his first match action tonight. And Laurel Highlands hasn't subbed much at all throughout the course of the night. Don Margella and Dylan Rice, I believe, are the only 2 subs we've seen all evening. Laurel Highlands pretty much sticking with their starters tonight. As Geiger takes the throw in. In the box again, looking for the HT. It's the sophomore Mashenko just sending it wide. Even though TJ is going to lose 8 senior starters, 9 seniors on their roster, you see a prospect like Mashenko, only a sophomore underclassman. I have to think he can do some solid things in 2017 as well. Jeremy Marshall also entering for the first time on the Thomas Jefferson side. .224 left. Mustangs certainly running out of time. Laurel Highlands this season picking up, as we said, their 4th playoff win over the last 5 years. Had playoff wins in back-to-back seasons over West Mifflin in 2012 and 2013. Defeated Southmoreland in the first round of 2014. TJ getting a corner kick here from Andrew Orris. He'll fire, knocked down by Cole Lutz. Mustangs looking to clear, and they do on the far side. Timmy Mahalko sending it forward, looking for Timmy Lucas. Ran back there by Antonelli. And sending it wide there on the cross, Samuel Giray. Laurel Highlands saw their playoff run end in 2012 up at Mars. Lost in the playoffs in the quarterfinals to South Fayette in 2013. And saw their playoff run end against South Park in 2014. Looks like they'll see their quest here in 2016 end against Thomas Jefferson here at Elizabeth Forward. 1:05 left. McLeay another chip headed back there by Ty Folk. Final minutes. Again for 3 Mustangs seniors, they'll play their last high school game here tonight. Timmy Mahalko, Jared Davis, and Timmy Lucas. We wish them best of luck in their future endeavors. As Barry Rosner would say, they'll always have a home here at Laurel Highlands. Nice to have Barry alongside. Nice tribute to our longtime colleague John Gazarek at the top of our broadcast. Davis top of the box, 25 seconds left. Jared Davis fires, misses wide here on the near side. And if you missed our broadcast, at the top, our longtime colleague John Gazarek passed away this past Tuesday at age 70. Worked 3,325 games over 25 years here on the network. Final 5 seconds here tonight. The Thomas Jefferson Jaguars advance to the semifinals. They'll take on either Mars or Moon coming up on Saturday. TJ with 2 goals tonight from A.J. Mashenko. Knock off the Mustangs. Laurel Highlands season ends at 14-5-1. Thomas Jefferson improves to 18-2, and again they'll advance to the WPIAL semifinals. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, Gary Smith and their staff. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. 2-0 your final score. TJ over Laurel Highlands. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.